All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is 4th of Torpor 2025. So welcome to the Zero Filter podcast. I'll sit by the zero emotion trader. Technically, yeah, zero emotional. And we're having a lot of session today, and we're just, going and talking about different things, the market, our strategies. We're just having a self conversation. Let's call it that, right? So, a lot of background as the Royal Emotion Trader. As a zero emotion trader is, he's just a typical trader. All right. He's trading, trying to make money, sometime losing sometime. And, he has a family, he has kids, he has a wife, he has family, he has friends or jobs, and he trades trading too. Right. And, this zero emotion trader can be any of us. I'm actually feeding my daughter as I'm recording this, and I don't mind because I'm so passionate about this, right? Looks like she just fell asleep. But anyway, we're going to talk about the market today as it is today. I think that's, I just came with the topic about like 15 seconds ago or a couple minutes ago. Let's talk about the market today. The market today is very, very, very special. So much noise. We got AI, we got Bitcoin, we got interest rates, we got everything. To be honest, this is totally giving me 2021, the end of 2021, fall 2021, literally right before they started increasing rates, right? Hey, this is the last quiz, before the money supply reduces, but this time the money supply is about to increase again, right? So I really think that we're in a very special time in our lives right now. All right. So, you got the AI trade. They keep talking about a bubble. There is no bubble. This thing is going to keep going up. You have Bitcoin keeps going up. We don't talk about that earlier, but couple outcomes with that Bitcoin. You got the interest rates coming down. Money supply might increase. You got the debt, right? You've got the data centers. You've got the chips, semiconductors. You've got the tension with the dollar dropping down. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And it seems like there's a lot of, there's a lot of opportunities in the market right now. Oh, she just fell asleep. So I'm just going to walk away and keep making this. So there's a lot of opportunities. There's actually too many. That's kind of scary. It's too many opportunities, right? You got Trump trying to pump the real estate market. He's trying to bail out agriculture, right? He's trying to bail out medications, like the medication prices with Pfizer. He's going to bail out the farmers. He's trying to, real estate industries. You got stocks like Open, you got stock like Old Pad. They're just taking off, right? So the market, it feels like the market is the real economy. It feels like the market is the real economy. Feels like the economy doesn't exist. It's the market. Like there's a government shutdown right now, and the market is hitting all-time highs. Like, what? Right? Like, there's no money. People are not working. The job report was horrible. And guess what? The market is taking off. The market doesn't care. And there's other things going on. There's Tesla taking off, right? These self-driving cars. I mean, have you seen Tesla in the last couple of weeks? Insane. Right? And then you got the humanoid coming. These robots are going to do everything that the human do, right? In 3 months, they're talking about singularity, singularity means that, hey, AI is going to surpass human intelligence. And that's very possible, right? The reason why we don't have jobs is because, hey, They're replacing you. It's that simple. They are replacing you. Unfortunately, they are replacing you. So, all right, we're just talking about a bunch of things, and you know, my full podcast is pretty much free-spirited. You know, I'm not the type of person who stress too much about things and how structured, but I'm just here to spread knowledge, spread what I know, make connections with people, network, and, you know, see if people agree or disagree. And if you're free to drop a comment if you agree or disagree. As long as, you know, you are respectful of my opinion, I'm respectful of your wrong. And I may be wrong, you may be wrong. But anyway, like on top of that, you have like the Charlie Kirk situation. I mean, unfortunately, that man was gunned down in front of everyone. You know, that was traumatic, especially for college students, right? So, you know, and we're just trying to just, you know, talk about it, you know, give our opinion and keep it moving. But couple of things, you know, we have going on is we're trading, you know, on our channel, we're trading the QQQ and the SPY. And, you know, a lot of time what we do is we trade the QQQ and the SPY, which we're going to go live soon on the Discord. And we're going to go ahead and just take those proceeds and invest into long-term technology. All right, so everything that's going on, what are the couple things we're investing into? I'm definitely invested in AI. I like stocks like Path. I like stocks like BBAI. I like stocks like, you know, Serve. I like stocks like, you know, what's the last one? ATOM, Atom, right? And that's just a couple things that, you know, we are, you know, focus on. But there's a lot more like stocks like RR. You know, this AI space is like going all over the place. As you can see, and everybody's jumping in, right? As you notice, you know, OpenAI ChatGPT is the focus, right? Now the chips aren't invested in it, NVIDIA invested in it, Microsoft and invested in it, Path invested in it. Everybody is investing into OpenAI as if it was a national security issue, right? Like, hey, now it's the race for AI. While China has DeepSeek, we have we have OpenAI now. You know, apparently China DeepSeek is a little ahead, but hey, you know, we're still trying to keep up. But everybody's investing into AI, right? Everybody's invented ChatGPT, and you know, OpenAI, you know, and you know, I feel like every company that invests into ChatGPT will increase its valuation, right? Because it's gonna lets them taking advantage of the AI trade, right? And OpenAI hopefully makes it, right? So everything that involves OpenAI, do it. Okay? Now, everything that involves Trump is making good money too. Pfizer, we had a nice option. If you check on the site, Pfizer on nice options, we made some money. Path, nice option, we made some money. If you look at the agriculture, the last 2 days, boom, skyrocketed. Stocks DBA, ADM, and Deere. Right, ABE is ADM, and then the other one is DBA. It's the ETF, and then this stock is Deere, but it's DE, right? And there's this soaring, right? Because there's money coming out. You got to get in early, right? What's the other deal going on? Hey, he's trying to, you know, take off the capital gains tax when you sell homes. That's good for AI-driven real estate companies, right? Also, he's trying to, he's been trying to take off the capital gains on stocks, but I don't know. But also the pattern day trader rule dropped to like, they wanted to drop like the used to like require $25,000 to trade in and out whenever you want, right? But now it's got to drop to 2,000. That's a game changer. Anybody's going to be, and that's going to increase the liquidity like crazy. You guys don't even understand what is happening. This is gonna increase the liquidity like it's crazy. It's crazy. Everybody and their moms are gonna trade. All right? So that's good too. Now, if you don't know how to trade, oh hey, we'll pray for you. Good luck. Good luck. If you know how to trade, this is amazing because margin levels are going to change and then you're going to take advantage of the liquidity. Crazy.
That's also something I'm looking forward to. And it's going to happen hopefully by the end of the year. I don't know. But there's so much to talk about. These are things you should be looking into. If you want to do leaps, right? I'm not a big fan of leaps. I like to buy shares and hold them, but I like to buy shares and hold them, but I mostly focus on day trading options. I'm a big guy on day trading options. I love day trading options. I love day trading options, ETFs. The liquidity is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. But yeah, there's all that thing going on. I'm kind of all over the place, but I don't care. It is what it is. This is my style. But yeah, I'm thinking about getting into the agricultural trade. That's going to be a lot of money. We're talking about 10 billions. 10 billions. And, you know, these are opportunities you got to take a lot of time. And mostly is because of Chinese and the tariffs. Talking about tariffs. Did you know that 90% of everybody who is making a ton of money right now bought during the tariffs? They bought during April. That's insane. While everybody was afraid, panicking, i.e. Independence Day, that was the V recovery. That was the same pattern as COVID, V recovery. Huge drop and boom, jump. Everything started running after that. AI. Everything. Robotics. Energy, man. I'm not even talking about the energies, the old energy stocks, American grown energy stocks. They're all, you know, it's like America's trying to free itself. It's like they're trying to get the country back again. America was seen as this land of freedom, this market that everybody can go, be successful, buy things, and America is turning towards being for Americans. It is insane. And if you have that mentality, you might as well just go ahead and apply that to your portfolio. Because everything Trump talks about is going to go up now. Is that going to last for the next 10 years? We don't know. But right now, you can make a lot of money. So for the swing traders, listen to the president. We are in the news market. We're back in the news market. When Biden was here, we were not in a news market. Your technical analysis was king. Now, your technical analysis is trash. It does not matter what you think and what you want it to do or what it looks like it's going to do. It follows a pattern. It follows the news. So it's a lot of people are making money right now, but there's just liquidity. They're going to lose it. I know a lot of people who can trade right now, who can't trade, but they are doing great. But when the market is going to crash, they're not going to know what the hell they're doing. And they're going to lose all that money. That's insane, you know. But yeah, besides that, nothing. We're just establishing this podcast section of, you know, the channel. And besides talking about technical analysis, besides talking about, you know, fundamental analysis about the stocks that we buy and we look into, we talk about, the daily life of a trader, right? Another thing I wanted to talk about. So recently, you know, there's this, nothing is untouchable by AI, right? Like there's this, the movie industry, right? There's a reason why Trump is trying to protect American movie industry. So there is this AI agent. They call him agent model. Her name is Lily, based off Australia. And basically, she's an AI, but she has a lie. She has a social media, she wakes up, she eats, and she looks like a real person, but she's not a real person. And what happens is, she's playing movies, she's making movies, and after a couple years, apparently she will age, right? So we got that going on, and that's not in America yet, and we were looking for a stock that would help us ride that wave, and there was nothing. And the American stock market, obviously Hollywood will try his best, but in Australia there was a stock. I forgot the net is UNITH, UNITH, but you can find it anywhere. But there's a company in America who uses, obviously in the modeling and beauty industry, who uses this technology, and it's called Perfect. But the stock symbol is PERF. And wow, it's super cheap. And as soon as I found it and the news of that Lily came out, it went up like crazy. 20 cents on a day for something that doesn't move. Low float. I mean, when the news pops, it went from 120 to 180. But now it's at 190. $1 to $2. And it's like, bro, we're up. And this is the type of life, the type of time we live in. We live in this investing times, and it's crazy. It is crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am not gonna lie to you. It is cray-cray, like they say. So it's important that we kind of, understand that, this is not gonna last. Especially if the interest rates come down, like the money printing, the available capital is to be injected in the stock market, or we could have a couple stimuluses. I mean, we're gonna drop interest rates to drive inflation back up, and it's gonna be the same process again, next president. To take advantage of this, every new technology, get in it, right? You have that technology, what else is going on? Humanoid, you got stuff like SIM, PAF. I mean, honestly, this whole AI trade, you should trade out Tesla. Space is coming around the corner. I mean, the healthcare and AI is coming around the corner. These things are gonna hit one by one. The best bet is to buy and hold. We're just, kind of rambling about everything, but these are ideas. Now you need to have, latter time, as a trader, you need to be thinking about a lot of things. Like, you need to have trading skills, you need to know about economics. We need to have common sense, you need to see the opportunity. Even crypto, like, oh my god, yes, crypto. So apparently there's this thing about crypto that, so for 20 years America was like, hey, we're not interested, this is trash, this is a scam, but all of a sudden BlackRock is buying a lot, like $2 billion worth, like they are buying. Okay, we know about BlackRock, right? Owns everything in the world, they are buying. And apparently there is something going around saying that basically the reason America is so interested into crypto is because they're going to use it to devaluate their dollar, and to dump and dump the debt, the 37 trillion debt, dump it into crypto. So now you're going to feel it less in the country, and it's going to slowly get financed by other things. Because you think about it, with lower interest rates, we feel it automatically in prices. But if you have a stable coin that everybody in the world is using, and then you're forcing them to use it, every time they buy it and sell it, they're going to finance your debt. So for every dollar that you have, if you can go ahead and make it worth 97 cents for 8 billion people. Guess what? You took 8 billion times 3 cents. Not $3, but 3 cents. And I'm horrible in math. I mean, I trade about horrible in math, but do the math. That much money you just got. Finance, you could loan, and they can manipulate the dollar. This is why China and everybody else who are anti-US are buying minerals. They're buying gold, they're buying silver, they're hedging against that because they don't want the stable coin. So anybody who won't be able to fight back and are going to be forced to buy the dollar, they're screwed. They're screwed, they're literally. And that's a brilliant plan. And this tells me whenever the government is interested about buying or getting into something, you know it's too late. You know it's compromise. You know it's compromise, and that's kind of crazy because, it's very creative, but it's kind of crazy. That will devaluate so many currencies. But gold and silver are like gold at all-time high. Gold is at all-time high. All-time high. Gold's at all-time high. Silver's all-time high. And apparently gold is technically won't make you rich, but it does. Like gold conserves your capital, conserves your wealth. So if you have $1 and you don't want that dollar to be worth 65 cents next year, you buy $1 of gold because the price of gold goes up, at least maintain it so. So people who buy gold are rich and wealthy, but their money never devaluated. It just stayed the same, while yours did in the bank. So that's we're trading gold too. We're having gold position to hedge, which is beautiful. Yeah. But yeah, this is this is like the little self-talk. We talk about our ideas. We're talking about, our trading is slowly picking up. We're actually trying to open a hedge fund. It's and kind of have investments and everything, but everything has to make sense, and baby steps, steps are one. We got to do it one step at a time, but it's a great time to trade, to be a trader. A lot of the traders going to give up after a couple of years. Some people who already done it are going to just be out of this world rich. Now, all these policies, what else we need to talk about? What else? I probably should have went and picked a list of topics to talk about before I did this, but I'm very spontaneous and I do things how I feel. And I think that's how life should be. But let's see, what else could we talk about?
So I was doing research recently, and guess who came back in the market?
Why?
Body Bath and Beyond. Body Bath and Beyond literally came out of restructuring or, their bankruptcies. And hey, good morning, beautiful. Daughter just got stuff. Good morning, beautiful. Scub it, daddy. So, yeah, BBBY just came out. And they're back, and they came out of nowhere in the hidden. If you look it up, there's a company who they merged. It took over that company, and now they're back, and the apes are back. They're gonna go in, palm that stock again. It's about $13, $12 right now. And it's crazy. That's shady. That is so shady. I had options in that, and it collapsed, and now it's back. Definitely gonna get back in it. These options are definitely gonna make a big comeback. Oh yeah, as strong as BBBY was, yes, I'm definitely buying those options. September was a very good month. There is truly very, 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 very good month. Usually September is very bad. Is red, you know, money changes hands, new fiscal year. But this time it was very, very good. So now I'm asking myself a question. Looks like the market in October is going to be bad. I mean, it has to be that there needs to be a drop. Usually in October, the market was better. But now the market in October probably going to be worse. So October may be the new April. Usually May is a very bad month. May sell and go away. May was an amazing month. That drop was the biggest wealth builder of the last couple months. So I think October is going to be the same, because usually from October to December, January, we got a Santa run. They call it the Santa cost run. Everybody buys up. The market buys everything so they can make money before the end of the year, so they can sell right after the year ends. So you have to pay taxes on the next. You know, I'm not a tax advisor, but you know, that's what usually they do. A buy, pump the market so high, bring the optimism so high, and next thing you know, they sell first week of January and gets a huge correction from January to March. And basically, whatever money they make, they get to sell. You know, they get to sell, and they get taxed the next year, not the year they sold. So they have the whole year to get those taxes. Isn't that beautiful? Sure, a lot of you guys didn't know that, but I mean, it's pretty common, right? Yeah. But looking forward to the interest rates this month, I don't know exactly what day, but this month they are planning to lower interest rates again. I think, I don't know, feel like Trump is pressuring the Federal Reserve, but you know, I don't think they want to drop the rates. But Trump needs it. He needs a drop. Elections are coming in October. Gonna be pretty, you know, I mean, we're trying to get out of the government shutdown, and we can't, you know. But it's gonna be pretty crazy for the markets. Now, you know, my philosophy in the market, it doesn't matter what happened. There's always an opportunity. You can either go up or down. It don't matter. Sideways, you could always make money. Buy, hold, short, I mean, lounge, I mean, it don't matter. Make the money. I don't know that the biggest issue traders have is the greed. We have greed. The greed is, it's an issue. You know, it's a big issue, because, when you positive, take the money, and you positive and hoping to get more, I mean, it's difficult, because you're never gonna realize, you know, your true potential. And the real money is made into consistency. Consistency is built through discipline. Discipline is built through emotional control. That takes us back to the zero emotion trader. If you control your emotions by having no emotions, you're gonna be a good trader. You're gonna stop trading, use it, you know, as if it was your job. You're gonna start trading as if, you know, as if, you know, this was, you know, your goals. You're gonna be more focused, right? But these retail traders, these temporary traders, you know, they just make it hard on themselves, because it's hard to build consistency, right? When you're not disciplined, when you're not disciplined, when you don't have that consistency, it's very hard to build that discipline. So, you know, 90% of trading is psychological. It's all in your head, they say. It's all in your head. It's about how you are in your head, right? You like how confident you are, Again, going back to emotions. So it's very important. If you can't control your emotions, you're not going to make money. If you can't control your greed, you're not going to make money. It's pretty obvious, because most people never get to that point because they quit after 90 days. I've been trading since 2017. I started taking it very seriously in 2022, almost 5 years later. At first, he was like, man, this is a side hustle. Just a side kick, right? This is a sidekick, but now it's a serious gig. This is full-time. This is full-time. You know what I mean? It's full-time. I don't know. Probably a lot of people who are going to listen to this like, well, hey, I want to be a trader. I want to be a trader. Well, if you want to be a trader, there's a couple of things. You gotta go through a process. I tell people that I sort of teach sometimes. If you want to be a trader, first, don't use your real money. Start with education. Learn it for I'm kissing my daughter, but start trading for almost 9 months. 6 months, minimal, where you're trading fake money, right? While trading fake money, you are able to practice. If you're able to check on your, you're able to practice your strategies. You're able to practice, things you gotta do, like, your indicators, your psychology. You have to practice that. It's like a sport. So you gotta practice it. If you don't practice it, you can't get it. So, you can't get it. Also, you don't need a setup. I trade from my phone. You don't need a huge setup. 7, 5, 8 screens? Come on, dude. That's too much. That distracts you more than it actually makes you focus. So, that creates an issue. But, who am I, right? I'm just a little trader. I don't know what I'm doing, right? I don't know what I'm doing, right? So, but yeah. Later on, we have a couple podcasts coming. We have Clade X that we talk to all the time, and then we have, those are fellow traders, and every time we're on a video or on a phone, we will be posting it, and you guys will get to hear what we talk about and give you ideas. And these are as simple as having conversation. These are conversation you need to have with your fellow traders, right? But I hope that these conversations help you, give you perspective. Because some of us been doing this for a little while. What's up, baby? Yeah. How are you? And that's just kind of what I want to push out there. Like, hey, we can keep pushing this and focusing on our viewers and creating a brand, maybe one day we'll be big enough to be HVA, and maybe we're not. But while we are, we're just gonna be out there and push the information to the the viewers. You know, first die information to the viewers. But besides that, there's other things going on. If I have any more news, we could talk about a technique of kind of trading doing. I'm somebody who hates trading earnings. I hate trading earnings with a passion because it's so... I feel like trading earnings is a scam. It's so unpredictable. You can go ahead and beat earnings, but don't beat earnings, right? You could beat earnings and the stock still drops. Come on. How do you beat earnings and it still drop? Well, because it barely beat earning. It was revised, but because there's always some boo BS, right? So I had a strategy that I thought about where if I look at the technicals and I kind of know, like, hey, I think this is going to go up and I have my confirmation, what I do is I go ahead
and buy a call. But when I buy a call so far out of the money where it costs me between 5 and 1 cent. And I buy $500. I buy 5 cents is, 100 contracts. 1 cent is 500 contracts. Or if I get 3 cents, I could be in the middle. And if earning hits, it goes high enough where that number doubles, triples, quadruples, and then you just get out. If you get lucky, it can go like a 10x. Asymmetric trading. A beautiful thing. I know I'm a day trader, but I am petrified. Let me tell you, petrified of earnings. I think it's pure manipulation. The fact that earnings is after hours and most of us have options, it's a gamble. Oh my gosh, she loves it when I play with her. It's a gamble. Who likes to gamble? No one, not me. Not me. I don't like to gamble. Who likes to gamble with their money, hard-earned money? Come on now. All right? So that's one thing. We could probably elaborate, and I can build a step-by-step you guys can hear her? Oh, you're trying to be part of the podcast, huh? Sorry. You gotta learn your fundamentals, right? What is a stock? What is the, fair value gap? Huh? What is the spread? What is an option? Yeah. Get your stuff together. You can't trade yet. I can't allow you. All right. But yes, we've been on for about 38 minutes. Wow. For talking so little about nothing, huh? I think we're probably gonna cut it around 45 seconds. And 45 seconds, but and there's plenty of other strategies. There's people who buy stocks during pre-market. There's people who buy stocks during aftermarket. There's the overnight market now. The overnight market, guys. Overnight market, meaning the market is closed. And I don't know. I feel like the liquidity is really bad during that time, but people like to do it. Might as well turn the stock market into a 24-hour market, whatever. Whatever. 24-hour market, whatever. Just like Forex. Oh, we trade Forex too. We used to. It's just, we kind of went back to options. We kind of went back to options because that's the best thing. TikTok, blocks my African, we kind of went back to options because that was easier. The volatility in Forex is out of the world. It's totally. What's going on? It's totally looks like we're about to cut this off. Looks like we're about to cut this off. Yeah. Because the baby is last thing I want her all over the tape. You know, last thing I want is all over the day. Yeah. But yeah, it's cool. There's no issues. But Forex is so volatile. I mean, let me tell you, volatile like crazy. You know, I used to love trading the euro dollar and the USD JPY, and let me tell you, those are beautiful, volatile, liquid pairs. Very, very liquid pairs. So, you know, but then, you know, the losses, I don't know, I was losing money. That was during my prop firm times, but I was losing money. I was like, boy, what is going on? We are losing too much money, you know? We're losing too much money. What's going on? You know? What is going on? So we went back to options, and it's easier, more predictable. And the ups and downs, I mean, it's less of that. So we went back to options, stocks, and investing long term. But hey, who knows? Soon we're gonna go back to Forex, crypto. You know, you should be able to trade everything. One thing I haven't traded is futures. I did binary options. Beautiful. I did binary options. God, girl, what are you doing? Oh, she just puked on me. Oh, sorry, just a baby. Right. Binary options. Maybe I pressed your stomach a little too much. Binary options. It's alright. You know, I love those too. Very risky though. Like, having options, betting that a price will be a certain price and getting paid 15 seconds later. If you go on my channel, I have a lot of videos where I was trading it and practicing, but I was losing a lot of money. And I was like, wow, nobody likes to lose that much money, right? Nobody likes to lose that much money. Like literally binary, yes or no, you're making it or not. It doesn't matter how high it goes and how low it goes. All it matters is, are you right or are you wrong? And basically, there's this app called, or platform called Pocket Options. Pocket Options. And Pocket Options will let you play stocks, crypto, any instrument. It would tokenize it and let you play it as binary options. And I don't know, when I did it, it blew my mind, but losing that money was it was a go. Because, you know, that's more for gamblers. I'm not saying actually it's like you actually need to know how to trade. Like charting helps a lot. It's just too much involved. I did not like it. Price action, smart money trading traders would love that. I like indicators. I'm a little different, so I may go back to it, but like right now, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good, my friend. We are okay. You know? We are okay. So, but yeah, like, that was my experience with Pocket Options. But great platform. A lot of people don't trust it because it's offshore, but you know, offshore trading is just to give us more flexibility. You know, it's just to give us more flexibility. But technically, a lot of the offshore are banned by the U.S. because, you know, I don't know, they don't want U.S. clients, citizens to lose a lot of money. You know? So, don't tell you to try it. Don't knock it off till you try it, right? But you gotta know how to trade. You gotta know how to trade before you go ahead and, do that. Before you do that. I loved it. I love the fact that I was able to do that. And what happens is when you trade pocket options, is for people who start with low capital. Like your contract is not $50. You can have a contract with pocket option as low as $1. And then what happens is, if you're right, depending on the instrument and how much it rewards, the maximum is 92%. So 92%. So if you put $1, you get $1.92. Put $500, you get like $4.80 or something like that. But you get 92% back, which is not bad. Right? Which is not bad. But the fact that it's so volatile, and I feel like sometimes that period of time that you give yourself to make the money, you may have an AI robot behind it, making sure you don't hit your price target. Some people give this 5 minutes. I think that's way too much. Some people give themselves 15 seconds. Some people give themselves 5 seconds. In 5 seconds, if your price doesn't, if you buy at a price, which usually the ask is so high, it does not buy. When you see it turn around, right? It literally goes higher, too high, and then 5 seconds later, it drops. It's bad. It's bad. Sometimes 15 seconds. So it's a little bit of a gambling, but like you can be very successful. I was told that if you trade during the the New York hours or the regular trade stock market hours, you're good. As long as you trade on the overnight and all that stuff, they said they have an AI robot that actually takes over and makes it pretty damn hard. I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah. But yeah, guys. Yeah, so we're approaching the 45 minutes or plus. The 45 minutes and plus, we're about to close it up again. This is a Zero Filter podcast from the Zero Emotional, I was going to say damage, but Zero Emotion Trader. And we're just doing some self-talk. So as you can hear, I'm with my daughter on the computer talking, and we're just trying to share our research and share our knowledge and try to either have our knowledge and experience help other traders and share our research. Okay. All right. So you guys have a good day. We may have another podcast later on today, but you guys stay safe, stay disciplined, stay focused, and yeah, move forward. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye. And feel free to check the link below and check the Discord. I share a lot of my research and a lot of my trades over there. The Discord is free right now, but when we kind of start to groom it and run it, it may be at a small fee. Okay? All right. Thank you.